Hi everyone. Today, let's do the exercises at the end of the poem Twice Times by A A Milne. I read and explained the poem in my last video. If you have not watched that video yet, please do so before you go through this one. It will help you to answer these questions in today's lesson. Here is an easy link to the last lesson. If you have already watched that video and are confident that you have understood the poem well, let's move on to today's lesson. Let's begin. Twice Times by A A Milne. These are the exercises at the end of it. So here's the first one. Fill in the blanks with the correct words. When the weather was cold, the bears lived in a... I'm sure you know this. Cave. In the woods, they lived with a kind old aunt. The third one, the bears lived on a tree when the weather was hot. Bad Bear coughed in his handkerchief. The speaker wrote this poem with a pencil. Let's move on. Answer these questions. What do you think the speaker is trying to say in the poem? Let's see if you know the answer and got it right. The speaker is trying to say that sometimes good people may turn bad and bad people may change for the better. What about the second question? What good qualities or habits are mentioned in the poem? Do you know? Here's the answer. Some good habits mentioned in the poem are learning tables, doing your buttons well, using your handkerchief, and making sure that your undergarments are not torn. Let's do the third one. What does the speaker mention as bad habits? And the answer? The speaker says that it is bad to leave your buttons undone, not have a handkerchief, wear torn undergarments, and forget your tables. The fourth one, do you agree with the speaker? Why or why not? So give a reason for your answer. And here's my answer. I agree with the speaker that we must make good habits a regular part of our lives so that we can live as better people and be more organized. Do you agree? You can have your own views about it. Here's the reference to context part, question C. Answer these questions with reference to the context. The first one, here's the text. They lived in a cave when the weather was cold, and they did and they didn't do what they were told. Good Bear learned his twice times three, but Bad Bear never had his handkerchief. The first question based on this. Do you think one should always do what they are told? What do you think? Well, here's my answer. Children should always do what they are told because their parents are wiser and more experienced than they are. Adults would need to weigh the situation before they decide whether they should do what they are told to do. Do you agree? Well, you can give your own answer and there can be no wrong answer, so go ahead and do it any way you wish. B. How important do you think is knowing your twice times? Is it important to know your tables, your two times table? The twice times tables are basic and help in basic calculations, so it is important to know your twice times. C. Would you call Bad Bear bad because he did not learn his twice times? Does that really make him bad? What do you think? Here's my answer. Bad Bear is not bad for not learning his twice times. But he is bad for being disobedient and not doing what he was told to do. All good children need to do what they are told to do until they become older and wiser and are capable of making their own intelligent decisions. We all make mistakes, no doubt, but we need to have enough wisdom to be able to make decisions, isn't it? Let's move on to the second one. And then, quite suddenly, just like us, one got better and the other got worse. Good Bear muddled his twice times three, but Bad Bear coughed in his handkerchief. And now let's do the questions based on this. A. Who does us refer to here? And then quite suddenly, just like us. Who is us? Here's the answer. The poet is talking about Christopher and himself. B. What does the speaker mean by just like us? What does that mean? What is he referring to? Here's my answer. The speaker means that the bears were just like Christopher and him. And see, is the speaker suggesting that the bear's behavior changed? How? Here's the answer. Yes, the speaker is suggesting that the bear's behavior changed, as the one that was bad suddenly became good, and the one that was good became bad. And with that, we've come to the end of this exercise, the exercises in your textbook. I hope you found this lesson useful. We'll meet again very soon. Until then, do take care of yourselves. Bye.